Hey YouTube, we're back. We just started a new adventure. We're working with a aquarium we just started working with. This all started last weekend time frame. We went to the state fair, or sorry, one of the county fairs, and Braden played a game, won a goldfish, and we thought it'd be easy. We stopped at Walmart on the way home, got a small 1.5 gallon tank to put it in. You always see them in fish bowls and stuff on shows and everything. We got it set up to where we thought was right, and the fish died the next day. So we learned a whole lot of stuff really fast on fish. We already had that little tank. We went to PetSmart. We ended up buying a guppy, and then while we were there, we talked to the guy. He was great help. We ended up buying a 10-gallon tank there too, just to start with, something to play with. It's a lot of fun. We did a lot of reading, a lot of research, a lot of YouTube to try to figure out how to make things work. We've also figured out some of the chemicals. I say figured out, we're not even close to experts. But some of the things we've done, like I said, the 10-gallon tank, we did a lot of Google searches and read up on what the chemicals were. We learned about the nitrogen cycle and how that affects fish. Basically, they eat, they have waste. That waste turns into ammonia, which then gets eaten by the right kind of bacteria that turns into nitrites, and then that gets turned into nitrates and so forth. Those nitrates can feed your plants, etc., and so forth. So it was interesting testing the water, making sure it's right, putting the right starter chemicals, I'll say, in it. We have those in the drawer over there. We should have got some out to show you. But go grab them, buddy. We did some of that to start. Braden's going to grab those real quick. But that nitrogen cycle can happen naturally if you let it, but it's kind of easier to get started with some of these things that we've got that add the good bacteria. We started out with water conditioner. It helps take the chlorine out of your tap water. It's a good thing about these. It's just tap water to run the fish. You can buy remade water, ready-made water. Ready Start bacteria starter. This is what helps keep the nitrites down and get rid of the ammonia and get rid of all those things. If you run into really bad problems, you can buy ammonia neutralizer. We have an ammonia test kit, so we don't have to worry about it. Just little strips. So far, we've been good. But you can get stuff like this, pH enhancers up and down for your pH levels, other additives if you need them. And I don't want to say it's easy, but there's a lot of info out there for us just being rookies. You know, we thought it would be pretty easy, didn't we, dude? Yeah. All of us did. My wife and I, we didn't know what to do. But the kit we got, it came with everything we need. A heater. We didn't have to buy a bubbler. It comes with a filter, and a filter head for it to run the water across. We did decorate the tank, and we'll show you some pictures of that. And it has, a little river in it with a little bridge, some plants, live plants, which help filter out some of the waste products and keep your water clean. It doesn't mean you don't have to clean your tank, but it helps prolong some of the things in there. We haven't hit a cleaning cycle yet, so we'll probably record how that goes, and maybe record some of the steps on what it is. But we just wanted to put it out there. It's a fun little hobby thing to explore. We added 2 new fish today. Now that we've got our water stable and our other fish is pretty healthy, 2 more guppies. We'll say with guppies, if you get female guppies with male guppies, you'll have baby guppies. And so we wanted to avoid that. We got 3 males. So just real quick insert here. This is our tank. You can see how clear the water is now. I'll show you that picture, but those are 3 of our fish swimming around, having fun. Our decorations. A little rock river that we have. Looks like a river going under the bridge. Some of our plants. Those are already like that when we bought them. Kind of brown. We do need to get some plant food. But pretty cool. We'll have more later.
They don't know their names.
So they kind of squabbled at first. The original, the OG did with the new guys. But tell them their names, Braden.
The one that you guys saw already, the first one.
In the short.
Yeah, it was named Herman. Go check out the short if you haven't seen it. Then we got 2 more. There's a blue swordtail that, of course, it was like blue. And its name is Papa Smurf. And we got a yellow one. And its name is Popcorn.
So the kids picked out the names. They're cute little names. We'll probably add some shrimp and some snails and what's that frog? African
dwarf frog.
Maybe an African dwarf frog. Here when we get there, the good thing about the shrimp and the snails, they are cleaners, so they do add to the bioload or the waste of the fish, but they do clean up some of that stuff. So it kind of helps out. So they're not neutral necessarily, but they don't count like the guppies do. So general rule, I think what I've heard is 1 inch of fish per gallon of water. So if you had 10 gallons of water, you could have 10 1-inch fish per se. But give yourself a buffer is the way I understand it too. Don't overfeed your fish. Something we also learned. What else, buddy?
Give your fish fasting days.
They read the day about not feed them every day. They're not mammals, so don't starve them. But you can go a day without feeding them.
Like a day or two a week without feeding them.
Yeah. And then I'll put a picture. I mean, this is our first go round. We woke up yesterday. The water was completely cloudy, and of course, panic sets in. What did we do wrong? What happened? I tested it real quick with a strip. It takes 30 seconds. All those values were good. I tested the ammonia. It was perfect. So there was cloudiness in there, and you read about it. What did it say, you and your mom?
It's the bacteria starting up, right?
Bacteria, yeah. The bacteria starting up in the water. Somehow, miraculously, when we got the 2 fish in there, the 2 new fish, the water's clear. So I don't know.
Yeah, it cleared up like
with
in a matter of
nothing,
like an hour.
No additives, no chemicals, none of this stuff going in there.
Yeah, it just
gone.
cleared up in like a matter of an hour.
So anyway,
so that tank cleared up too.
Yeah, our first tank did too. It's kind of settled in. There's no fish in it. We're thinking about getting a beta fish, I think is how you say it, to put in that smaller one if it's okay to have one in there. We don't want to close one in too small. But anyway, just kind of an off the top of what we're doing, learning a lot. I'd say use Google. There's a couple good YouTube channels out there that I've found so far. Fish for Thought, I think, has some good, interesting videos on setups, and then he also looks at tanks and kind of talks about what's going on within them. You can easily find multiple lists of how to stock a 10-gallon tank and what to do there. What was the other one? Girl Talks Fish?
Yeah.
Girl Talks Fish, I think. She's really easy to follow, talks about setups, talks about her tanks. And they both have really awesome tanks. I'm sure there's a lot more people out there, but we'll keep the videos coming, especially when we go to a cleaning cycle and what we learn there and what we do. If you're an experienced hobbyist out there or a pro of some sort on fish tank care or an aquarium care, fish rearing, fish husbandry, let us know and give us some pointers if you got them. We appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time when we show you the update on when we clean or the update of our fish. Thanks again. See you.